All right, this time my top 10 favorite horror movies. All right, starting with 10, Prom Night. I first saw this actually as a kid. It was on TV a lot. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, uh, Leslie Nielsen. Um, it's a uh, classic slasher type film, but a lot of it is more psychological, uh, in a good way, sort of a campy way, but in a good campy way. It's just held up so well after all these years. Of course, there's a sentimental reason for liking it too, because I had seen it so much as a kid. But I watched it recently, and it held up. At number 9, Alien. My daughter and I went to see that recently on the silver screen. I had seen it on um, in the movie theaters as a kid. My mother had brought me. I know it sounds funny, but I was like 10 years old, maybe. It scared the living heck out of me. But I did fall in love with it, and it's such a great film. It's really held up so well. Scary, scary, scary. Just so many things about it. The way Ridley Scott, the director, made everything look so gritty. I just love that about his films. That's number 9. Number 8, Carrie, starring Sissy Spacek. Classic film, horror film. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to give too much away because so much happens, but it's just a fantastic film. If you're uh, interested also in the endings of movies, the ending's gonna, not that the other parts of the film don't stick out, but the ending's gonna, well, maybe not, but I don't want to be a spoiler. Okay, watch Carrie. That's at number 8. Number 7, House of the Devil. This came out a few years ago, and I just fell in love with it. It was filmed in modern times, but it was sort of filmed in a way that was reminiscent of these 70s classic horror films. And the story is simple, but it didn't have to be complicated. Another great ending. I don't want to give too much away to any of these films, but well worth a watch. I love it. Um, House of the Devil. At number 6, Friday the 13th, Part 1 and Part 2. Also, great classic uh, slasher, American slasher films. Um, Sort of borrowed somewhat from the Italian Giallo films, which had a slasher element to them. Giallo was Italian for yellow. Uh, Sort of 70s um, Italian style uh, movies where there's like a central character who's after everybody, but in the end there's a twist. Or in the case of Friday the 13th Part 2 in the beginning. But I don't want to give too much away because these are just such great watches that part of enjoying them so much is the surprises. That's Friday the 13th Part 1 and Part 2. Number 5, Ghost Story. Uh, a book, originally a book. Ooh, I don't remember who wrote it. The name is right on the tip of my tongue. I had never read the book. I saw the movie as a kid, another movie that was on TV. Very, very scary. Ghost Story. Uh, I'll put his name on the screen. I wish I could remember it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Ghost Story, the number 5. Number 4, Don't Look Now. starring Donald Sutherland and um, uh, she was in Doctor Zhivago. She was in McCabe and Mrs. Miller. That name right now is escaping me as well. Maybe it's the the amount of uh, names and places that come about with these movies and these actors and actresses. You see them in all these. I remember seeing a movie as a kid, Eye of the Needle with Donald Sutherland. That's a great thriller, actually. Number four, Don't Look Now. Very scary ending. Uh, a little slow in the beginning, but well worth it. Number three, Jaws. I was just speaking with my wife about this movie. She and I agree too. It's that is it referred to as a horror movie, but it is scary. I mean, it has a central figure like shark, taking people out. Um, I saw that as a kid in the drive-in. I think I talked about this a little bit before in another video. Um, Summering down at the ocean, so it was probably not a good time to see Jaws, but I've seen it so many times. I love it. That's number three. Do yourself a favor and see it. Maybe not in the summer, in the winter. Number two, Koroneko, The Black Cat. It's a Japanese horror film. I've talked about this a little bit before. Very, 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 very scary. If you want to be scared, watch this movie. Be scared if you want to be. If you don't, my wife doesn't care much. I mean, she'll watch the movie with me, but she's not a big, huge fan of horror movies. Um, Koroneko, very scary. The Black Cat. Number one, many of you might have guessed, The Shining. I saw that recently with my daughter at the theater. Um, and it was in 35 millimeter film. And it was just incredible. I've seen it so many times. I saw it on the TV when I was a kid. Think about it. It was all these movies just on TV. Read the book, long book, but just a tremendous story. Changes um, in the movie from the book, yes, definitely. Having all this time passed, I would say great book, great movie. But I can see why Kubrick and Stephen King might have been at odds because there were some major changes. But that often happens too through the translation of a movie, of a book to a movie. That's number one, The Shining. Do yourself a favor and see The Shining with other people. I wouldn't suggest seeing it alone. But some honorable mentions: Rosemary's Baby. Very scary. There's a dream sequence, not to give too much away, which has stuck with me all these years. I saw it many, many years ago. One of the best dream sequences I ever saw in a movie. I should do a video about that. Blair Witch Project. Saw that in the theater at the time when it came out in the 80s. Maybe it's just me, but all of us believed that it was true before we went in there. We found out years later it wasn't, or soon after. I think soon after, because they went on the talk shows. But we believed it was true. And, aside from all that, it was a very good movie. It stands up. I have watched it many times. Amityville Horror, another great film. Um, I don't know if it's based on a true story. I guess there was a house I don't want to give too much away, in America that experienced some strange things. I think the house is still there. I've seen pictures of it. Not to give too much away. And then, of course, The Exorcist, which actually, when I had made this list, slipped my mind because I'd seen it so many times. And I guess it was time not to think about The Exorcist anymore. But if you want to be scared. I mean, this is a list for fans. Well, it's a list that if you want to see these movies, you will be scared. The Exorcist is definitely one of them. All right, that's it. Top 10 favorite horror movies. This is Justin, aka Uncle Krusty. Until next time, peace out. Be safe.